First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Second, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS that do rule well. Peace, love, hope, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered across the four corners of the earth, where Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah has placed you at. Shalom to you, Akim, out there risking your life and your freedom to preach this gospel and this good news via highways and byways or via the internet. Shalom to you. Shalom to you Israelites that made like the members of the other nation, but your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And if your spirit can receive it, you're an Israelite. So shalom to you. Shalom to you, say, I go out there, you women. Shalom to you for your children, right? This is the brother Michael from the tribe of Judah 144, coming to you again for another quick lesson. I brought the Zot, which means Lord willing. You receive some edification from it, right? Today's lesson is just going to be based about rumors of war that you're hearing. And it's only going to gradually keep building and building and building and building, right? To the point, there ain't going to be no more rumors. Actions is going to get took, all right? And this is a news article I bestowed on like 2 days ago. You know, I wanted to do a lesson 2 days ago about it, but Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had something come up, so he gave me nothing but free time to do it now. So the water, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for that. The title is, it says, Russian masses its navy along Ukraine's coast as war becomes a very distant possibility. Okay? These are Navy canal ships, the Russian ships, right? That mean in their spirit, they know something is about to pop off. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is putting the spirit on them to give up for war, so this place can be destroyed. You know, as you can see, the Russian Navy has been surging naval units into the crisis zone surrounding Ukraine over the past few weeks, especially in the Black Sea and the Mediterranean. Not only is this one of the largest displays of naval power since the Cold War, but it's also a sign that Russia could invade Ukraine by the sea, right? Even merely threatened to do so could pin down thousands of Ukrainian troops who would be forced to leave their posts and defend their coastline instead. All right, this is a very long article, all right, and it's just basically talking about, I'm not going to read all of it, because I kind of felt like up here the point was made. You know, as you can see, you see the rumors are starting now, all right? They're pulling out their military power. They're using their military power for what? To combat what? You know, what is it? What is this really about? Power and control. All right, one rulership being taken down by another rulership, a transition of power. All right, that's all I'm gonna really read on that. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. I'm gonna read 24 on down. Chapter verse 1 on down. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 on down. And Yahweh went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came unto him. So like the disciples came to him to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahweh said unto them, See, ye are not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there should be none left here, one stone upon another, that should be throttled down. Verse 3, and he sat down upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? All right? They asked, Lord Yahweh Shah, when is this world going to end? When is this rulership going to be taken down? All right? When are we going to rule? When are we going to be back in power? All right? And Yahweh Shah, verse 4, and Yahweh Shah answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And we're saying that. You're seeing a lot of false prophets out there. All right? You're seeing a lot of deceivers. Verse 6, and you shall, this is the point, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right? This is the beginning of the end. All right? Are we not seeing rumors of wars? Is this not have taken place with what Yahweh Shah said to his disciples in verse 6? And you should hear of wars. All right? You should hear of wars. Look at this. This is the largest display of naval power since the Cold War, but it's also a sign that Russia could invade Ukraine by the sea. What are they invading Ukraine for? To go to war. Not to make peace, but to make war. All right? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation. We're saying that. And kingdom against kingdom. We're definitely saying that. And it's only going to increase and rise. And there shall be famines. It's taking place. Pestilence. What do you think the Crown Royal is? Right? Famine is taking place too. Because I think it's all South Africa, they have a drought. A real bad drought. And they, and those farmers are losing, they're losing money, they're losing cattle, they're losing a lot, and they got to take care of their families as well. All right? You look at the markets, and you see the inventories of food. It's not like how it was. That's the beginning of famine, the beginning stages of famine. All right? And with Jake, man, when Jake can't eat, and can't get the accessibilities of things that he's been used to be able to just gradually get, Jake in general, will lose his mind. All hell is going to break loose. All right? And we're already seeing it. Look at the murders. Look how these polices are getting clapped down and everything. All right? And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes and diverse places. And, we just had an earthquake, I think it was a 7.8 or 8.1 in Tokyo. And it'd be a lot of different earthquakes happening each and every day, by the second, by the minute. All right? All these are the beginning of sorrows. All right? The beginning of sorrows. Pain and anguish, heartache and pain. This is just the beginning of this. And you can already see it because look at all the murders. Look at all everything that's taking place. The school shootings, the bomb threats. Soon these are not going to be threats. These are going to be actions that's going to just be taken. All right? It's going to be soon. It's not even going to be. It's never was safe, but it's not even going to be safe to even go out and get your own mail. All right? All hell is going to break loose. It's going to be killings, riots, rapings. You can name it. Everything. Everything that you thought could never happen is going to happen. It's going to happen on a grand stage. It's going to get to the point that, police is not even going to want to serve and protect. It wasn't doing it from the beginning, but they're not even going to want to do it anymore. It's not even safe for them. And they're talking about defunding the police, and I was having a conversation with an Akim, and I was like, man, you got these idiots out here, man, talking about defunding the police. Y'all don't want that. You don't want those problems, because if you defund the police, who's going to really combat? And Jake is already roused up, and the fear of the police is already leaving, So if you defund the police, who's going to protect these people? Preferably you women. All right? But that's for another topic. All right? Verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And I'm saying that every day. You're saying best friends, I have. That's been, tight forever. Now they grown that hatred. One's not working. One is, ironically so, one was plotting to do something to the other. So that love, you got I'm talking about brothers that's been tight for years. Love each other like brothers. When you see one, you see another. All right? But that love is waxing cold. That hatred, you know. I'm gonna end it off with verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. We're at the end of this thing. We're at the beginning stages of the end, because this gospel's been preached. You got brothers, sisters, children calling upon the names of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua everywhere. China, Argentina, Jamaica, Brazil, Germany, Russia, Ukraine, Iran, you name it. You're having, like when he said, "I'm scattered you amongst the," that was truthful. When we were scattered, in the four corners of that's why I always mention the four corners of the earth, north, east, south, and west. We're everywhere. You might have a Israelite that may look like the member of a nation. What I mean by that, you might have an Israelite that may look like a Moabite. But if he believes, he's an Israelite. It's not always about the outward man. This is about the inner. The appearance sometimes can be a stumbling block and a deceiver to a lot of people, because you'll see someone and be like, "Oh no," but if you talk to that person, hold a conversation with that person, that's why I'm not one that's quick to judge. I always try to just, listen and listen. I don't care if you might have the appearance of an Edomite. That doesn't mean you are one because you look like one. All right? It's all about the spirit at the end of the day. All right? So the end is going to come. And we're living in the stages. We're living in... It's a beautiful thing to be alive, because we're witnessing prophecy just fulfill itself. We have been waiting for the Hamashiach, the end of this thing, for years. Because you come back, reincarnation. So we have been waiting for this thing to come. And now that it's at the doorstep and we're here, we're excited. But it's me. I'm also going to say it's a scary time as well. Because we're about to see the true powers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right? And for all you non-believers out there, I just feel sorry for you. All right? So with that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Shem, Yahushua, B'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS that do rule well. Peace, love, hope, and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered across the four corners of the earth, where Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has placed you at. All right? Before I end this lesson, call Allah Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, call Allah Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, call Allah Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Rakakadash. All right? Till again. Let me see anything else. You know what? Before I end this lesson, I'm just going to read it one more time. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. All right? When we see these things, we're not troubled or moved or scared. All right? Because we know that this is the work and the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. These words are written in red, meaning this is the Hamashiach, the anointed, talking. All right? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. We're at the beginning of the end. All right? This is not the end, but we're at the beginning stages of the end. All right? So with that being said, Shalom.